Hello boys and girls, in this video we are going to solve some problems in coordinate geometry. Okay, we have written some problems already, noted down some of the problems on the board. Let us solve one by one. Okay, the very first question is find out the distance between each pair of points. Okay, so this is one point in a coordinate plane. In a coordinate plane, every point is represented by a point which usually be in the form of x comma y. X represents the x coordinate and y represents the y coordinate. Okay, the length on the y axis. X represents length from the origin on the x axis. Okay, so every point usually in the form of x comma y. Okay, yeah, it's always in the form of x comma y. Say for example, if I pick up a point on the x axis, what will be its point? For example, something which is the distance from here to here is 5 units. What will be that point? That point will be 5 comma 0. Okay, even though this is on the x axis, it still has x coordinate and y coordinate, and the x coordinate here is 5 and the y coordinate is 0. Okay, so that's how each point on the coordinate plane will be represented. In a Cartesian plane, coordinate plane or a Cartesian plane, both are same. Each point is represented by a pair of two numbers separated by comma in parenthesis. Okay, the first one represents the x, the distance on the x-axis, and the second one represents the distance on the y-axis. Alright, yeah, these are two pair of points. Okay, say for example, something like the Cartesian plane is like this. One point is here, one point is here. Okay, so what is asked in this question is to find out the distance between these 2 points. How do we find out that? How do we find out the distance between any 2 given points? There is a formula to find out the distance between 2 points, and that formula is, okay, that formula is distance formula is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So what is x1 and what is x2? If 2 points are given, you can say the first point is x1 y1 and the second point is x2 y2. Okay, so the distance is always found when 2 points are given. Like for example, if 3 points are given, you cannot find the distance. Like say if 3 points are here, what is the distance? The distance, whenever the question is asked like find out the distance, there will be 2 points given. These are the 2 points given on a Cartesian plane, and we need to find out the distance. And for the distance, the formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So how do we know what is x1 and x2? So this is how you have to mark it. Like the first, for the first point, this is one point and this is another point. The first point, you can say it is x1 comma y1, and the second point is x2 comma y2. So substitute those values here. What is x2? 5. 5 minus 1 whole square plus x2 is 5, x1 is 1. 5 minus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1. What is y2? 5 minus 2 whole square. Minus 2 whole square. Okay, so let's simplify this expression. Square root of 5 minus 1 is 4 square plus 5 minus 2 is 3 whole square, which is equal to square root of. So we need to evaluate the things that are under the square root first. Only after that we will be able to find out the square root. It's not like you find out the square root of 4 square, you do a plus and then square root of 3 square. It's not going to work like that. Okay, so whatever is under square root, that you need to evaluate first. When we evaluate that, 4 square is equal to 16 and 3 square is equal to 9. So 16 plus 9 is 25 25 under square root is equal to 5. Square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. Because the distance is asked, it is always the 5. The distance can never be in a negative number. So that is why the answer is 5 units. Okay, it can be centimeter depending on the scale that you have taken. Okay, if you take the scale is 1 unit is 1 centimeter, then it will be 5 centimeters. Otherwise, you can simply write this as 5 units. Okay, so x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, the formula can also be written as square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So even if you do it this way, you are going to get the same answer. But one thing, if you do x2 minus x1, here also there should be y2 minus y1. Okay, if you do x1 minus x2, here also it should be y1 minus y2. Okay, if you mix up things, then it is going to give incorrect answer. It's not going to be the correct answer. You will not get a correct answer. Okay, so if you take x2 minus x1, here also you should take y2 minus y1. If you take x1 minus x2, here also you should take y1 minus y2. Okay, alright, yeah. So basically what is going to happen is 5 minus 1 you are doing it here, which is 4. Whereas if you do the other way around, it will be 1 minus 5. It will be 1 minus 5, which is also minus 4, which is minus 4. If you square root, you will get the same thing here. If you do the square of it, you will get the same answer here. So whether you do a 4 square or whether you do a minus 4 whole square, it is same. Say for example, 4 square is equal to minus 4 whole square, isn't it? If you do it this way, you got a 4 here. If you do the other way, x1 minus x2, you will get a minus 4. When you square it, you will get the same thing, 16. Okay, so minus 4 whole square is 16. 4 square is also 16. So that is why there won't be any change in the answer. But remember, if you do write x2 minus x1 here also you should write y2 minus y1. If you do write x1 minus x2 here also it should be y1 minus y2. Okay, the order is important, like x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. That is one formula. The other formula is x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Whether you use this formula or this formula, you will get the same answer. Okay. Yeah, but in the textbook, the formula is given like this, so that you follow this same formula consistently all across. So there won't be any confusion. Alright, yeah, so the another pair of points are also given. Let's find out the distance here. For this pair of points, this is one point, this is another point. Say maybe you can call it as a point A and point B. In a Cartesian plane, usually the points will be represented by some letters. Say for example, this is point A and this is point B. Okay, and the distance between these two, like that. Okay, so the another pair of points are given. So let's apply the same formula. Again, the distance here is equal to square root of x2 minus x1. What is x2? So this is how you should mark it. When the points are given, you just mark them like this is my first point. So it will be x1 by y1. Similarly, this is the second point. So it should be marked as x2 y2. Now you substitute the same thing here. Right? What is the formula? x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. What is x2? 13. 13 minus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1. What is y2? 10. 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 whole square. So here 13 minus 1 is 12 square plus 10 minus 5 is 5 square, which is equal to 12 square is 144, is it? 12 square is 144 plus 5 square is 25. So when you add these two, you will get 971. Okay, which is when you do a square root for 179, you will get, I think you will get 13. 13 13s are, let's do that. 13 13s are 9, 3, 3 plus 3, 169. Okay, it's actually 169, it's not 179. Okay, 144 plus 25 is 169, isn't it? 4 plus 5, 9, 4 plus 2, 6, 1, 1, yeah, 169, which is 13 units. Just don't leave it like that, because What is asked here? Find out the distance. The distance usually in units, like it's not a square units because this is only distance. That's why it's a simple units. Okay. Alright. This is the formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Everything under square root. This square root goes all the way from here to here, like, which means that we have to evaluate everything under square root first and then find out the square root. The square root is something that you have to find out at the very end. Before that, we have to do the difference, and then square it, and then you sum it. After that only you do a square root. Okay. So we solved these two questions and let's pick up that another one. The first question we finished. Okay, let's take the other one. Okay, find which of the following points lies on the line y is equal to minus 2x minus 5. Justify your answer. Okay, so there is a line equation given. What is the line equation? So this is the second question. Answer to the second question. The line equation is given. Line equation is given y is equal to minus 2x minus 5. Isn't it? This is in the slope intercept form. What is the slope? Is it 2? No, it's not 2. The slope here is minus 2. Okay. The general form, the slope intercept form of a line equation is y is equal to mx plus c. So the coefficient of x is the slope m. M is the slope, c is the y-intercept. So what is the coefficient of x here? Minus 2. So minus 2 corresponds to m. And what is c here? Minus 5. It's not 5. Okay, because we have the general form says plus c. But whereas here we have minus 5. That is why c is equal to minus 5. So equate plus c to minus 5. Then c is equal to minus 5. Isn't it? So y-intercept is minus 5. Okay, this is the general form of a slope intercept form of a line equation. Okay, so when a point is given, to find out whether that point lies on the straight line or not, or how do we do that? So first of all, a straight line is like this. Okay, I'll just draw a random straight line here. How many points are there on the straight line? There are infinite points. Okay, so this you can say one point. This is another 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 point. Okay, there are infinite points are there on the straight line because the straight line is something that will never stop. Okay, that will never stop. It will extend on both sides to infinite level. Even if it stops, for example, you take a line segment. You don't take a line. Instead, you take a line segment. Even if you take a line segment of, say, for example, only 2 centimeters length, even that has an infinite point. Because how many points you can mark between 1 and 2? There are infinite points, isn't it? 1.1, 1.2, 1.2, 1.4, like that. Like otherwise, 1.11, 1.12, 1.12, 13, like that. So there are infinite points. So every line or a line segment has infinite points in it. But what is given is there are some random 3 points are given, and you are asked to find out whether that point lies on that line or at a different place. For example, a point can be here or a point can be here. If the point is here, this is not on the line. If a point is here, that point is on the line. Okay, so let's take one point at a time and we'll find out whether that point lies in this given line or not. What is the given line? Given line is y is equal to minus 2x minus 5y. To find out, you simply substitute. For example, you pick up 1 point, 1 comma minus 7. Isn't it? This is 1 point. Okay, we picked up this point. And what we have to do is, this is the x coordinate and this is y coordinate. Replace x in the given equation with x coordinate and replace y with a y coordinate. And you verify whether this equation is still holding good or not. Okay, so this equality symbol, this equation, this is an equation, right? Because we have equal to symbol, whether this equation is still holding good or not. Let's do that. Yeah, so y, put minus 7 in place of y. Okay, don't confuse, this is y, you have to put minus 7, not 1. Okay, and y, minus 7 is equal to minus 2 into, what is x here? 1 minus 5. Okay, so let's simplify this one. Minus 2 into 1, minus 2 minus 5, which is equal to minus 7. On the left side, we have minus 7 only. Okay, so minus 7 is equal to minus 7. This is a valid equation, right? This is valid. This is correct. This statement is correct. Minus 7 is equal to minus 7. So this point lies on the line, on the given line, I would say. What is the given line? Given line is this one. Y is equal to minus 2x minus 5. Okay, so that's how we have to evaluate. Like each point we have to take it and substitute. In place of x, you substitute the x coordinate. In place of y, you substitute the y coordinate. Let's do one more. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c. It's very important. Like any given equation, if you convert it into, equation can be given in any way. Okay, ax plus by is equal to c. Even if an equation is given in this form, you can convert it into this format. How? For example, if an equation is given in this form, is this a straight line equation or not? It is a straight line equation because the power of x is 1, power of y is 1. By is equal to c, ax you take it to the other side. If you take it to the other side, it becomes minus ax, and plus c will remain on the right side, plus c. And you take it y is equal to, you take b to the other side, it's going to become ax by b plus c by b. Isn't it? Or to make it simple, I'll put by b. And this b divides minus ax, and this b also divides c. So now this is in the y is equal to mx plus c. What is m here? Minus a by b. What is c here? C by b. Even if equation is given in this form, you can convert it into y is equal to mx plus c, which is popularly known as slope-intercept form. Okay. So by looking at this line equation, you'll be able to tell what is the slope, whether it is having a positive slope, whether it is having a negative slope, whether it is having less than one slope or more than one slope, all that. Yeah. By looking at the given, if the equation is given in this form, you can roughly estimate in your mind like how this line passing, like what are the quadrants it is passing through, whether it is rising while it is moving from left to right, whether it is falling while it is moving from left to right. So those things you can do it, which we already discussed in straight line equation chapter. Okay, so going back to the question again, we picked up another one, 1 comma 7. Okay, again substitute. In place of x you put 1, in place of y you put 7. So 7, y is equal to 7 is equal to minus 2 into 1 minus 5, which is equal to minus 2 minus 5, which is equal to minus 7 on the right side, and the left side you still have a 7 plus 7. So this is not correct. Okay, this is not a correct equation. So that is why this point does not lie. Does not lie on the line. Okay, doesn't lie on a line. Okay, this does not lie on the line. Where does it lie? It can lie anywhere in the Cartesian plane. Okay, it's not it can lie anywhere. Okay, but one thing we found out is that it does not lie on the given line. Alright, similarly for the other one also. Okay, so let's do the other one. Minus 1 comma minus 7. Again, substitute. In place of x you put minus 1, in place of y you put minus 7. Minus 7 is equal to minus 2 into minus 1 minus 5. So here minus 2 into minus 1, minus into minus, plus 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. On the left side we have minus 7. So this is not true. This is not correct. So it does not lie. This doesn't lie on the line, on the given line, that is equal to y is equal to minus 2x minus 5. Okay, so we finished the second sum. Now let's go to the third one. Write down the slope of the following lines. Okay, so the given line is y is equal to 3x plus 6. This line equation is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c, which is popularly known as slope intercept form. What is slope? Slope here is m and intercept is y-intercept. This is y-intercept. Remember, this is not x-intercept. Okay. Say for example, if this line goes like this, if it meets here, this point is C 0 comma C. This is y-intercept 0 comma C. Okay. The C here, the point at which this line meets the y-axis, the C here represents this one. Oh, all right, yeah. So the given equation is already in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So what is m? M is 3. What is c? C is 6. Simple. Okay. So what is the slope of the following line? This line, given line, slope is equal to 3. M is equal to 3, which is, that means slope is equal to 3. What is the unit for slope? There are no units. Because the slope unit, what is the definition of slope? Rise by run. Okay, rise is, the units for rise is units, units like centimeters or meters. What are the units for run? It's again the same units. So units gets cancelled. So the slope is simply a ratio. Okay, it does not have any units. Okay, you should simply say the slope is 3. It's not a 3 centimeters or 3 units or 3 meters. It's not like that. Okay, the slope is 3. That's it. Okay, similarly, more importantly, when equations given in this form, you have to ensure that on the left side you only have a y. Okay, so if you have a 2y like this, then the slope is not a 3. Slope is not 3. You have to bring this 2 to the other side, to the right side. Okay, so if equation is given 2y is equal to 3x plus c, what is the slope? The slope is not 3. You should bring this 2 to the right side. Then you have to calculate the slope. Okay, on the left side, you should be left with y. Then only you can say this equation is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Alright, yeah. The next question is y is equal to half x 1 by 2x plus 5. This is also in slope intercept form. This is also in y is equal to mx plus c form. What is m here? M is 1 by 2. Okay, m is equal to 1 by 2. Everything that is the coefficient of x, everything that is multiplying x is a slope. What is that thing that is multiplying x here? 1 by 2 is the thing that is multiplying x. So 1 by 2 is a slope. So slope is equal to 1 by 2. Again, units for slope is, there are no units for slope. It's simply a number. It's simply a ratio. A ratio between rise by run. Okay. Alright, yeah, we solved the third sum also. Yeah, let's take a couple of more sums quickly. Yeah, can I get you, please?
Explain why the line y is equal to 2x plus 2.
Okay.
And the line y is equal to 2x plus 6.
2x plus 6
are parallel.
Yes. Okay, this is the fourth sum. Okay, the condition for any two given lines to become parallel, what is the criteria? If the slopes are equal, those lines will be parallel. The slopes are equal for any two given lines, then they are parallel. For example, if in a Cartesian plane, there is one line like this. Okay, there is another line like this. Okay, the slopes of these two lines will be the same. Then only they are called parallel lines. Those parallel lines will never meet. Okay, even if there is a slight difference in the slope, they are going to meet at some point. For example, if the slope of this one is, for example, 3, if the slope of this one is 2.99, then it is going to meet at some point. Only if the slope is exactly the same, then they are not going to meet at any point. Then only those two lines are called parallel lines. Okay, yeah. two lines are said to be in parallel if their slopes are equal, exactly equal. Okay. Okay. So let's find out the slope of the first equation. What is the slope of the first equation? This is the first equation, first straight line, right? What is the slope for the first one? Slope is equal to the slope of the first equation, or maybe slope 1 is 2. What is the slope 2? The slope of the second equation. I would say a slope of second equation or second straight line. Second straight line is 2. Okay. Slope of the first equation is 2. Slope of the second equation is 2. Why we are saying slope is 2? Because if you compare this equation, this given straight line equation to y is equal to mx plus c, m corresponds to 2. That is why the slope is 2. If you compare this one to y is equal to mx plus c, m corresponds to 2. Okay. The intercepts are different. Intercepts can be different. Okay. Intercepts can be different, but the slope is equal in both the cases. For example, if you draw this one, say, for example, this is making, this is positive slope and this is more than, this is positive slope. That means it rises from here to here. So, and this is meeting at a y-intercept 2. Say, for example, here is a 2.2 on the y-axis. So, this line, roughly it goes like this. Okay. This is whose slope is 2 and it's meeting y-axis at 2. Whereas this line, it is having the same slope, but it is meeting the y-axis at the 6. Say for example, this is 2 and this is 4 and this is 6. This line will look like this one. Okay. Okay. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. See here, they are meeting at different points on the y-axis. Because this is 2, it is meeting at a 0.2 on y-axis, and because see here is 6, it is meeting at a 6 on the y-axis. But their slopes are same. Here the slope is 2, and for this equation also slope is 2. This is the first equation, this equation, and this is the second equation. See, they are parallel. Because the slope is same, both those lines will go in parallel. Okay. So the condition for two lines to become a parallel is that their slopes should be exactly same. Say for example, the slope of this equation is 2 and the slope of the other equation is minus 2, then they become perpendicular. Okay. They become a perpendicular. See, this line and this line making 90 degrees. And then in that case, the slope of this line is equal to m is equal to minus 2. Whereas the slope of this one is 2. Okay, if the slopes are additive inverse, then those lines are called perpendicular lines. What is additive inverse? If a slope of one line is 5, the slope of the other line is minus 5, then they are perpendicular. 5 is additive inverse to minus 5, minus 5 is additive inverse to 5. Okay, so yeah, m is equal to 2 and m is equal to minus 2, then those lines are said to be perpendicular. Okay, yeah. So for this equation, if the slopes are for this problem, if the slopes become equal, then those lines are called parallel lines. So in this case, the given two line equations having the same slope, so that is why they are parallel lines. Okay, yeah, we'll go on to our next sum. Fifth one, yeah. Go on.
Find the slope and the y-intercept.
Find
the slope
and
the y-intercept of the line y is equal to x plus 3.
X plus 3. Okay. Okay, so the given equation is y is equal to x plus 3. Again, any equation, if equation is given and if you are asked to find out the slope and y-intercept, you need to convert that equation to y is equal to mx plus c form. Okay, but whether this equation is already in y is equal to mx plus c form or not? Yes, it is in the y is equal to mx plus c form. So we compare this one to general slope intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus c. Now you find out. Now you understand what is m, what is c. What is m here? What is m here? There is nothing here. So can we say it is 0? Can we say it is 0? No, it's not 0. It is 1. If m becomes 0, the whole thing becomes a 0. But we still have x, which means the 1 is, m is 1. 1 into x is x, isn't it? So slope m is equal to 1. And what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept c is equal to y-intercept. Find the slope and y-intercept. Y-intercept c is 3, which means the y-intercept on y-axis, if you want to write any point, it will be 0 comma that distance from the origin. For example, if it is a 5 units from here, this distance is 5 units, then it will be 0 comma 5. Okay. On y-axis, x coordinate is always a 0. Similarly, on the x-axis, y coordinate is always a 0. It said like what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept means we have to specify the point. It's not simply 3. Okay, you have to specify the point. On y-axis, the x coordinate will be 0. X coordinate will be 0 and the y coordinate is 3. Okay. So y is equal to mx plus c. This line equation meets y-axis at 0 comma c. 0 comma c. Okay, this line equation meets y-axis at 0 comma c. Where c is the y-intercept. We call it as y-intercept, but the actual point, if you want to write it, it should be 0 comma c. Okay. Yeah, let's do one last one and we wind it up this session. Okay, can you do some bit harder sum?
Find the coordinates.
Find the coordinate.
Of the y-intercept.
Find the coordinate.
Of the y-intercept.
Of y-intercept.
Of the line.
Of line.
Y is equal to. 2 by 3x.
2 by 3x.
Minus 8.
Minus 8. Okay, find the coordinate of y-intercept. Okay. Again, the given equation, is it in y is equal to mx plus c form? Yes, it is in y is equal to mx plus c form. Y is equal to 2 by 3x minus 8. Okay, so let's make it a little complex, this sum, and we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to give 3y plus 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so I slightly change it to make it a bit harder. Okay, so that's the line equation given. Okay, so what is the question? Find the coordinate of y-intercept. Okay, to find out the y-intercept, you need to find out the c. Y is equal to mx plus c. In that equation, you have to find out the c. But what is c here? First of all, is it in y is equal to mx plus c form? No, it's not in y is equal to mx plus c form. It's in a different form. But even if the form is different, very first thing that you have to understand, first of all, whether it is a straight line equation or not. It is a straight line equation because the power of x is 1, power of I is equal to 1. Okay, the highest power of x should not exceed more than 1. Highest power of y should not exceed more than 1. So this is not in y is equal to mx plus c form, but it is a straight line equation. Surely it is a straight line equation. So let's convert the given equation into straight line into y is equal to mx plus c form. Okay, so this is the given straight line equation. To convert this to y is equal to mx plus c form, here is the procedure. You put the y term on the one side and take the remaining terms to the other side of the equal to. Okay, so equal to here we have is equal to plus 2x. If it goes to the other side, it becomes minus 2x. plus 5. If it goes to the other side, it becomes minus 5. Okay? Yeah. Now, so 0 minus 2x minus 5, 0 minus 5 is minus 5. So on the right side, you are still left with minus 2x minus 5. On the left side, you are having 3y. Is this an y is equal to mx plus c form? Not yet. Not yet. Because here we have a 3y. It's not a simple y. It's not a simple y. We have a 3y. So that is why it is still not in y is equal to mx plus c form. To make it into y is equal to mx plus c form, you have to further do a little more simplification. That is that you leave the y on the left side and take the 3 to the right side. When you do so, this equation will look like this one, isn't it? 3 is multiplying y. If you take to the other side, it is dividing the right side portion. Okay, so this can also be written as y is equal to 2x by 3 minus 5 by 3. Isn't it? This and this both are same. When you take LCM of this, you will have 3 as an LCM and 2x minus 5. Okay, y is equal to minus 2x by 3 minus 5 by 3. Now, is this in y is equal to mx plus c form? It is in y is equal to mx plus c form. Okay, let's equate these two. Let's compare these two. The general form, which is slope intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus c. So what is m? What is m? M is this part. Is m. What is c? C is this part. Okay, so this is m. This is c. So the slope here for this equation is slope is equal to minus 2 by 3. What are the units for slope? There are no units for slope. What is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is minus 5 by 3. Y-intercept is minus 5 by 3. But what is the question? Find out the coordinate of y-axis. If a coordinate is asked, then obviously there should be x-coordinate and y-coordinate. Okay, this is a y-intercept. To give y coordinate of a y-intercept, is equal to, on y-axis x-coordinate is always a 0. 0, comma, and wherever the point it is meeting. Okay, it is cutting the y-axis at minus 5 by 3. So, this will be, yeah, basically y-intercept is 0, comma, c. The coordinate of y-intercept is 0, comma, c. That way you can easily remember. Okay, 0, comma, c, where 0 is 0. What is c here? C is equal to minus 5 by 3. That's what we found out from this slope intercept equation form. Okay, c is equal to minus 5 by 3, which is this one. This is the coordinate of y-intercept. Coordinate of y-intercept 0, comma, minus 5 by 3. Yeah. So we solved 6 problems. Yeah, that's pretty much about coordinate geometry. This is how typically questions will be asked. Like 2 points will be given, what is the slope of it, and a point is given and you're asked to find out whether that point lies in a given line or not. Or 2 lines will be given, 2 straight line equations will be given. So you'll be asked to check whether they are parallel lines, whether they are perpendicular lines, like that. And yeah, the line equations will be given and you're asked to find out what is the slope, what is the y-intercept, or what is the coordinate of a y-intercept. What is the coordinate of y-intercept? Yeah, all such lines will be given. Right, one last thing before we wind up. Here a Cartesian plane, there will be x-axis, this is x-axis, and this is y-axis. Okay, so this x-axis is also a line, isn't it? Say for example, I draw a line which is exactly on the x-axis, and I asking you to find out the line equation of that x-axis or that line. Okay, the line equation of x-axis is equal to y is equal to 0. Okay, so everywhere on this line, the value, the y coordinate is 0. That is why the equation is y is equal to 0. What is the slope of this one? Y is equal to 0. Is there a x? There is a x hidden. So the same thing you can also write y is equal to 0 comma x plus c. Isn't it? Sorry, 0 into x plus c. 0x plus c. So what is the slope here? Slope is m. This is the slope. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the slope. So slope is equal to 0. M is equal to 0. Okay. Again, the equation of x-axis is equal to y is equal to 0. The slope of the x-axis is 0. The slope of x-axis is 0. For that matter, any line that is parallel to x-axis, whether it is here, whether it is here, whether it is here, all these are parallel lines, right? This line, this line, this line, this line are parallel. So what is the condition for lines to become parallel? The slope should be same. So the slope here is 0. So the slope here also is 0. For this line also the slope is 0. For this line also slope is 0. Every horizontal line in a Cartesian plane will be having the slope of 0. Okay. In contrast to that, every vertical line in a Cartesian plane, every vertical line that is like a y-axis, every vertical line slope is equal to infinite. Okay. Slope is equal to infinite. Okay. And the equation of y-axis is equal to x is equal to 0. Is x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. That is the equation of y-axis. And the equation of x-axis is equal to y is equal to 0. The slope of any parallel line is equal to 0. The slope of any vertical line, m will be infinite. Okay. All right. Yeah, we will leave it there for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Thank you.